questions for Coach Collins?
Coach, they talked about the rebounding, and obviously the size advantage that Kentucky had presented even more of a challenge, but it felt like, they just got a lot of stuff in the paint, and their size kind of dictated everything.
Yeah, aside from rebounding, we allowed the ball to get in too easily to really good players in the post, and then they were able to turn and get to the rim. And so our interior defense has to improve, and our interior rebounding has to improve. And so I don't question their effort. I don't question how hard they're playing, but they got to do better. We've got to play better. We've got to execute that defensive game plan better.
Now, obviously, coming into this one, the size difference was one of the key parts of the game. But you all stuck with them for most of that first half there, and they kind of took off in the second half. For you, just how you mentioned the team's effort there, but them, fighting hard there in the first half, kind of really stuck out.
Yeah, we kind of, you're correct, except they actually kind of separated at the end of the second quarter. There was a point where it was a 5-point game, we had the ball, and then we get a turnover. And so that's something that I've talked about at halftime that we've got to take as a learning lesson from this game, that we've got to understand time and score situations. That's not the time to go try to create something on your own, and when we're playing possession basketball right there. So instead of going in at halftime down 11, I believe it was, it's a 5-point game. You get a bucket there and get a stop. It might have been a single possession game. So that was a big swing during that stretch. I even thought about putting Destiny back in because it kind of got expanded right there at the end of the second quarter. And so, yes, we've got to do a better job of understanding everyone, understanding that time and score and game situation, and taking care of the ball, making sure we get quality shots in those opportunities. And then we didn't have any trouble really getting to the rim. We didn't finish a high enough percentage. The one thing that I noticed in preparing for this game, other teams that have in non-Power 4 conferences that like ours that played against Kentucky and have done okay, didn't win, but have done well, they shot the ball well from the perimeter. And we didn't shoot the ball very well from the perimeter tonight. But we kept fighting, kept playing hard. I was proud of the girls' effort. But in order to beat a great team like this, especially on the road, you got to make shots, especially open shots. And so we'll go back and get ready for conference play.
Coach, I want to go into your game plan on this one. Obviously, you're frustrated with the shots not going in, but it looked like you were really using a lot of horns formations to try and spread out the middle of the floor, play inside out, and get those 3-point shots. Was that planned or an adjustment to the base defense?
No, we're not going to score a whole lot over 6'6", 6'7". We're just not going to. We might make some, but we're not going to go score a lot. And we knew. I mean, it's the best shot blocking team in the country, and so on pace, I believe, to break a record for the most shots blocked in the season. And so we weren't going to go in and challenge that. We were trying to attack with the idea that we're going to create an assist, and something that we've done fairly well. I'm not sure where we are right now, but we were averaging in the mid-16s assists per game. And so we wanted to attack and get inside, and then if we didn't get layups, we wanted to get kickouts. But then one of the things that Coach Brooks did was the bigs stayed out a little bit more. They stayed out a little closer to our bigs, and our bigs weren't making shots, but they did. They stayed out there. So then we were able to get to the rim a little bit more. We just didn't finish a high enough percentage of those. And so that was the game plan going in. That's how we're going to try to attack and score and put some points on the board. And I'm not disappointed with 70 points. 70 points will win you a lot of games. It doesn't win you a lot of games when you give up 41 rebounds.
What do you take from this game out of one of the conference points?
Well, the interior defense, interior rebounding. That's got to get better. We actually did better on the interior when we went with guards. Josie Gilva and Maya Pratcher did a better job. And so we're going to get more aggressive, we're going to get better there, or we're going to change. And so that's probably the number one thing we're going to. And then we got to continue to work on rebounding. We work on rebounding, all the time. And so we'll continue to work on hammer that point home.
Coach, you have one player from Kentucky and Josie Gilvin. Can
Yep.
you talk a little bit about her impact?
I love Josie. Matter of fact, my son wears number 33 to play baseball, and he wants 33 in basketball. He didn't get it, but because of Josie. He loves Josie. And so Josie just plays so hard, and there's probably, all the girls work really hard in the off season to improve, but nobody worked any harder than Josie did. And she has continued to grow. She comes from championship background, back-to-back state championships at Sacred Heart. Mom played at the University of Louisville, and so she knows what it takes. And she's continued to work and grow, and she's still not even close to her. And even then, she's come out and she's like, "No, Coach, I know I got to get back on 2 feet," because she missed those layups because she's just flying 100 miles an hour. That's Josie's strength, is playing hard and playing fast. And we just got to get her under control in some of those situations so she's able to be a little more efficient.
It's been the first time in a while that Western has played Kentucky for women's basketball. Is this something, a little matchup that you'd like to see consistent, going on years?
Yeah, I enjoy playing this team. Now, we were obviously outsized tonight, but I think that, and George is a phenomenal player, but I didn't see any less fight in our number 3. Our number 3 played just as hard as their number 3. Now, she made a few more shots, but I felt like, Lexi went out there and didn't back down. And so I like playing them. I think that, it's a challenge when you're outmatched from a size perspective almost at every position. That makes it a different challenge. And that's when you gotta make more shots to keep that floor spread out. But no, I enjoyed playing them. I think the girls were excited. They were ready for the challenge. We just didn't play as well as we needed to have a shot at it.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.